Hey, shalom, shalom. Salakia, if I could, I want to just check the feed real quick, see if we connection is stable and we good. We up and running. It's a little low, huh? No, this is my phone. Yeah, that's my phone. Already. Much nine Christ. Shalom, Israel. We are the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out on 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, where we are led by the Commanding General YAHANNA. Understand? Since 1969. So we've been teaching our brothers and sisters the truth about the Bible. So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans are the true chosen people, God chosen people, God chosen children. Salakia, true chosen people of God. And we God's children, you know what I'm saying? We the chosen ones, man. The earth, we were chosen to rule the earth. You know what I'm saying? Getting all tongue twisted and whatnot. And with that, and you know, so also with what comes with that, the Holy Bible is all about the Israelites, is it not? Which means it's all about us. You know what I'm saying? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, man. We've been teaching this truth since 1969, and since then, and even keep going, even after they keep going after this day, we haven't been or we will not be affiliated with any other so-called Hebrew Israelite group. You know what I'm saying? We are not with them, they are not with us. There is only one truth, and that's one West. If you are not in the I.S.U.P.K, you are not in the truth. You know what I'm saying? This is Friday, man. I'm Priest and Officer Yabakan Banyahawada. This is the Friday I.S.U.P.K Houston, Galveston, Port Arthur, and Beaumont, Lashawan Qadash, man. Lashawan Qadash means the holy tongue, the set apart language. You know what I'm saying? Which is our language. The Lashawan Qadash is the language that the Israelites spoke in the Old Testament. You know what I'm saying? So-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans spoke the Lashawan Qadash before we were referred to as blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. So before we were in captivity, we are free men and women. You know what I'm saying? Doing as we please, serving the Lord and keeping the commandments. We spoke the Lashawan Qadash, which is the Hebrew. So that's what we get into today, man. You know what I'm saying? We get back into our culture, learn how to read, write, and speak the ancient and paleo Hebrew, man. It's like the ancient and Assyrian Hebrew. We learn a new language, man. That's what, like my Adawan says, this language was beat out of our backs. You know what I'm saying? From the oppression we went through, man. We were beat. We were taught English, Spanish, French, and Patois and Creole. We were taught these other languages through getting our behinds beaten with whips and other oppression. Saying through captivity, man. But, you know, that's the beauty of the ISUPK. ISUPK is bringing your culture back right in front of you, so you can see it, which is why we're the prophets. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what God wants. Prophets are just doing the work of the Lord. So the Lord must want, you know what I'm saying, His chosen children to be able to know their native tongue. Without any further ado, we're gonna get into it, man. I'm gonna start off class the way I always start off class, and that's by going over this Hebrew alphabet right here. There we go. Already. This chart you see is the Hebrew alphabet. We have 22 characters. All these 22 characters will have going through Psi make up the Hebrew alphabet. All words in Hebrew consist of a combination of some of these characters. And down below, we have the same thing. It's also Atuta, 22 characters. But this looks different because this is the Syrian Hebrew. You know what I'm saying? It's the same Hebrew, but the symbols have been derived in a different captivity. A different captivity. This is a little bit older than this one. You know what I'm saying? So we had to, you know what I'm saying, we had to do things a little bit quicker in this captivity. I don't want to speculate, but you know, there's reasons of why they changed the symbols up. But it's still the same language. It's still I all the way to Tha. And the ancient up here, you got to be mindful of connectors when writing and reading. The connectors go under the letters. One connector under one letter means that letter is pronounced alone. And a connector under two letters means two letters are being combined. The pronunciation is turning into one syllable. Like this, la, sha, and wa and na go to wine. That's what the connectors do. That's for the ancient. We're going to go over it momentarily, but I just want to bring out these points. Down below on the Assyrian, you don't have the connectors, but you have to be mindful of, remember these 5 particular letters. If a word ends in one of these 5, the ka, ma, na, pa, and taza, then you don't use the same letter you always use in the beginning of the word or the middle of the word, but you use a special letter for the end of the word only. Only for the ka, ma, na, pa, and taza. All right, that's all the rules you got to remember when it comes down to the letters. Let's go over them. Repeat after me. I, ba, ga, da, ha, wa, za, cha, ta, ya, ka, la, ma, na, sa, I, pa, taza, twa, ra, sha, and tha. Already. There you have it, man. The Hebrew the way it's supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, read and written. Unlike that Yiddish BS, because you know what I'm saying, they stole our culture and didn't know what to do with it, which is why Yiddish is incorrect. Just like when it comes down to the law of the Torah, you know what I'm saying, you see them eating pork and committing sin when the law of the Torah says one thing. Just like that, you know what I'm saying, they bastardize our language too. They say this sounds like this and this sounds like that. They don't know what is what when it comes down to our law, our language, our culture, you know what I'm saying, our fringes, our unleavened bread, anything. They don't know about none of that because it's not for them. They are identity thefts, identity thieves. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not here to talk about that today. Today we're about to get into our language, man. And if you've been keeping up with classes as of late, we've been going over milk. So you know what I'm saying. We had some fast learners too. You know what I'm saying. We've been going over milk because you know what I'm saying. We got some new students in the school. If you guys are watching, Shalom Akim. Uh, as always, new brothers and sisters watching, Shalom. Good, glad to have you aboard. But yeah, we're going over the milk. We're picking it up a little bit. It's starting to get intermediate. You know what I'm saying. We went over basic things like common words, common verbs, and we started getting into conjugations. So that's what this class is gonna be about. It's gonna get deeper into the conjugations of verbs in particular, because nouns can be conjugated too, but we'll worry about that another time. We'll worry about that next class. We conjugating verbs today, and I'm gonna teach. I taught this class before, and I usually have it into 3 parts, but I'm gonna try to condense it all into one class. So yes, visit today's class is a class for the notes. So let me get this boy up close, so there's no glare and you can see it clearly. Because today's class is definitely a class for the notes. I'm gonna try to go over it slowly so we get an understanding of what we're learning. And we don't just write some stuff down, copy some stuff down, so we know what we're writing down. But it is going to be a lot, and you're not going to be able to remember it all if this is your first time going over this. So we're going to move slow. But before we go up, put up there, I'm going to just give us a basic synopsis because what's going to happen is I'm going to put a whole chart on the board, and the chart's going to take over the board. So I'm not going to have time or space for what do you call it? For practice. So I'm just going to write a little bit now. This is verb conjugation. So when we use verbs, you know, if you come to class, as always, you'll be given a sheet, a couple of sheets, a packet almost. You know what I'm saying? You got the alphabet in that packet, and then you got 100 common nouns and 100 common verbs. But what I personally feel the very most common verb that we use in the Hebrew in the I.S.U.P.K is shamar. You know, because shamar has been going on since, you know what I'm saying, since the days of Moses. It was before Christ. Some brothers that haven't been watching their back. So shamar is the verb we're going to use. And shamar, it means to watch. To watch. That's what shamar means. Another common one is shamai, which means to listen, but we already got shamar. So we're gonna get shamar in the Hebrew. We got the shah, right? The ma and the ra. Connect on the shah, because that's alone. But ma and ra turn into mar, making it shamar. And Syrian, shamar. Already. So conjugating shamar, you know what I'm saying, it turns. So when you're conjugating verb, we're gonna talk about shamar momentarily, but when you're conjugating verbs, you have to be mindful of how you're conjugating them and as to what, because the word shamar, somebody has to watch, right? Somebody has to do this. Somebody has to watch, and not only somebody has to watch, but they have to watch at a time. They either watched, or they will watch, or they're watching. So past, present, and tense goes into conjugation, and also who's watching, who's doing the watching. That all goes into it. So I'm going to give us one quick example or two quick examples, and then we're going to go into the whole chart of the conjugations for shamar and watching. So let's say you watched. You. That's a second person. Yeah, second person. Second person. You watched. Me, not me, but you. If you watched, it would be. So we're gonna go over this. Besides you, I'm gonna go over all of the pronouns. Me, you, we, they, her, them. We're gonna go over all of them. But this is just a quick practice, so we know what we're coming up against. So atha. You, and I want to say watch the school. I was supposed to look this up before class, but no worry. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look it up in this book right here. It's like I'll be right back, Israel. By Safari. The school. How? The by Safari. So, all right. So, you, let's say, will watch. So we got to conjugate shamar. We got to conjugate the word shamar to fit will watch here. And then let me just write this down. Bayaf Arya. So this is a noun right here, but it has that conjugation at the end. Like I was saying, some nouns could be conjugated too, but we're gonna get to that next time. This is the school. Abayaf Sapari. You don't gotta remember that too much, but we're talking about this word in the middle. So what I'm about to do to this word in the middle is I'm about to enhance shamar. So it's not right now, it's just to watch. But we want it will watch and watch in the future, and you will watch. You'll be able to find these two things just from the way I conjugate it. So there's different conjugations for every action. And for you will watch in the future, you add the in the beginning. So the shamar habayat saparium, which means you will watch the school. The shamar bayat saparium. So let's change. We're gonna use stuff for a little bit, but let's change the tense of the word to. Let's change it to let's change it to are watching. You are watching. So Sashamar is will watch. Let's change it to you are watching. You are watching the school. So are watching, we're going to put something in the middle of it, after the first letter even. So Sha, what you see here is the first letter. Right here, right? Sha, Ma, and Ra. Sha, Ma, Ra, Shamar. So Sha, after this Sha, that's where we insert our additive for will watch. That will be, let me erase it so you can see a little bit better. Shawamar. You put the wa right after the first letter. Are watching. Mm-hmm. So what we got going on so far is a quick pattern. You know what I'm saying? You saw we said future, we had the at the beginning. And then when it's present tense, we got something in the middle. So when it's past tense, what do you think we're gonna have? If you get something at the end, you catch it on. So Shawamar Hayas Habayas Saparium is you are watching the school. Shawamar. Watching, currently watching. Shamar has been turned to Shawamar by adding the one in the middle, and that's for you and are currently watching. So now, last but not least, we're gonna go over you watched the school. And then I'll do another what do you call it? another pronoun. So you watch the school is going to come at the end. What's going to come at the end changes, or what comes in the middle is always going to be what? I'm telling you that right now. For present tense or whatever word. But what comes at the end or the beginning, and for the present, for the past or for the future, that changes given the different pronouns. Don't worry, we're gonna get into it. But when it's you, what comes at the end is also the, just like in the beginning. Shamar the instead of the shamar, shamar the. So this is watched. You watch the school. Asa shamartha ha bayat saparium. You watched the school. It's real simple, you know what I'm saying? You're taking the base word and you're either gonna put something at the end of it, or you're gonna slack it. You're gonna put something in the beginning of it, you're gonna put something in the middle of it, or you're gonna put something in the end of it. And that's how you conjugate it to make it fit whatever tense, whatever tense you say in the verb is being spoken in, and who's doing the verb. Remember, that's all the conjugation of verbs is. It's simple when you think about it. It just gets a little tricky because there's a lot of different variations. But in a little while, I'm going to give you all of the variations. That's again why this class is good for the notes. But before we get into that, let's change the pronoun up. Let's do a third person pronoun. This is second person. You. Let's take it back to first person, but do we. First person plural. So we're going to do first person plural. We. All right. So we, just like how we wrote you in Hebrew, that's asa. We is anak noah. Anak noah. That's how you say we. So we already got past tense up there. Watched. And we know the rule for past tense is you put it the abbreviation, the modification at the end, right? So let's see what we put for we watched. We watched the school. We're gonna put Noah at the end. The fact that Noah is at the end means it's past tense, and the fact that it's Noah means it's we. And then we got our root word shamar. So anak Noah, shamar Noah means we watched. We watched. We did it before. We watched Ha Bayal Saparium, the school. Let's say the school. Trip. Old school. Already. So we watched the school. That modifications at the end. Know why? A different modification than you. It's not the, but it's we. And you're gonna and just like that base pattern of either at the beginning, the middle, or the end, you're gonna see patterns with what's at the end and what's at the beginning. All you know what I'm saying, with reference to what the pronoun is. See this Noah right here, and it's a Noah, that's we. You're going to see things like that also. You're going to see nothing but patterns. I'm saying, so that's Anak Noah, Shamar Noah, Ha Bayas Saparium. We watch the school. All right. So let's change it to we will watch the school. We will watch the school. So we're going to put something in the front, right? We will watch. What are we going to put in the front? They even guessed it. Nah. Nah in the front. Anak Noah, Nah Shamar. We will watch the school. Anak Noah, Nah Shamar, Ha Bayat Saparia. We will watch the school. Very simple. We just put a modification in the front of in the beginning of Shamar, making it the verb future tense. The na is reference to the we will do that thing in future tense. And that thing is Shamar, to watch. So we will watch the school. Here you have it. Real simple. Now finally, just to put the cherry on top, we're gonna do the modification in the middle. But here's the caveat, and I'm glad we came to this caveat because this is the only caveat in the one for the middle. So we is plural, like I said, right? It's first person plural. It's not you as in one person, or him as in one person, or even I myself as in one person, but it's we as in multiple people. We're gonna come across times where it's multiple people, like y'all or they. This is one of those things. This is we. So it's a plural. We're talking about plural, right? So that's the only caveat. I gave it away when I said there's always going to be the wa in the middle, right? You don't never have to worry about the wa being something different from present tense. But if it's plural, you got to add something at the end. We're going to show you that now. So we got our wa in the middle, right? If it's present tense, it's always going to have a wa after the first letter of that verb. This verb is sha, so after the sha, we got wa, and then the rest of the verb, mar. But after the rest of the verb, if the pronoun is plural, then you got to pluralize that the verb. But it's shawamarium. That's we are currently watching. We are watching shawamarium. I might do one more just to take us home. The next one I do is going to be quick, and I'll even get the Hebrew on the next one, so we can get a little practice in the Hebrew. Because right now this is just a Hebrew verbalization. This is really English. You know what I'm saying? We're writing in English right here. Not only are we going from left to right, but this is the English alphabet. You got to practice this right here. You know what I'm saying? This is what how we used to read in the Old Testament. The days of the Old Testament, reading from right to left in these new letters and symbols. But we're gonna get that practice in, and then we're gonna get our chart. We're gonna be good to go. So Anak Noah Shawamarium Ha Bayasaparium. We are watching. We got the wa in the middle. You know what I'm saying? Because the wa is always gonna go in the middle for present tense. and then the yum at the end if it's a plural pronoun. So I'm gonna do one more. We're gonna fly through this next one. So the next one I'm gonna do is they. They. Now I want to take it back to yeah, I guess I gotta do they because he and she might get a little tricky. But I'm gonna go over that over all of the over the all the remaining tricks, if you will, and when I write down the chart. Don't worry, we're gonna get all of the pronouns too. I'm gonna give you all of the pronouns for your notes. You all of the pronouns and all of the modifications for the conjugation. So we're doing they now. So remember, just like with you or y'all, we haven't gone over y'all yet, but y'all, I could be talking to a group of men or a group of men. So y'all men would be second person masculine and plural. You got to remember these things when it comes down to our pronouns. So they, for a group of men, is third person because it's not me, it's not you, but it's they. So it's third person and it's masculine because it's a group of men. So they third person masculine and it's a group. So it's plural. So third person masculine plural. You got to remember that. Third person masculine plural, they is ham. Ham, that's they. I'm gonna write a little masculine on underneath, just so we know. But I don't even have here because if it's feminine, it's not gonna be ham. It's gonna be a different word. So we gotta remember that. But we're taking baby steps. You know what I'm saying? This is our introduction to intermediate. So yeah, I'm gonna leave that little M up there. That's they. So they. So let's get it. They watched. Let's start off with the past tense. They watched. So we got Shamar. And if it's past tense, right, we got to put something at the end. Right, yes, at the end. So we put something at the end for past tense. So we added "na" for we, for they, masculine, for plural and masculine. Don't got to worry about plural unless it's present tense. So for they, third person masculine, we put "wa" at the end. They, wa. So the "wa" at the end means we watched. We did the verb past tense, and the "wa" means it's masculine third person. It's Ham. That they watched. Those men watched. So they watched. Getting simple, right? Past at the end. Future is gonna be in the beginning, right? Let's just change it up real quick. But I'm gonna give us another caveat. So, like I said, when it's gonna be the future, you're always gonna have something in the front. When it's gonna be the present tense, you're always gonna have something in the middle. And then when it's the past tense, you're always gonna have something in the end. But sometimes you'll have both. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you'll have something in the beginning and the end. So the thing in the beginning for future, for masculine, for they masculine, we're gonna put a ya. That ya really means he. You know what I'm saying? Yashamar means he watched. Shout out to that captain, that brother. You know what I'm saying? Captain Yashamar. You know what I'm saying? Yashamar means he watched. But just like the plural ones, we're gonna make it plural. So we gotta make it plural with something at the end. And we talking about they, so we're just gonna put a what at the end. You know what I'm saying? It's not gonna be yum all the time. It's not always gonna be Yashamarium. Yashamarium does make sense when you think about it, but that's not what it is. Yashamar what? That's why I was saying when it comes down to this, we might have to get. We're really gonna need some notes. But don't worry, we're gonna get there. So Yashamarawa, that means we'll watch. Yashamarawa, we'll watch. Ham Yashamarawa Ha Bayasaparium. They will watch the school. And last but not least, we gotta have our present tense, right? With the modification in the middle. So this ham is plural, right? It's a group of people. So we already know how this is gonna go. This is easy. We should remember this one. This one is only different. There's only two variations in present tense. So let's see if anybody knows it in the chat. We got some people watching. Let me see. Hey, Shalom, Akim, and Akwathian. What's going on, brother? We got Baltimore in the house. We got Houston in the house. We got Southern California. Most High in Christ. If anybody can see, I'm gonna just give it a second. If nobody says anything, you know what I'm saying? It's all good. But let's see if somebody knows how you conjugate they masculine. Don't even really matter if it's masculine. How you conjugate they for present tense to watch. Only one. You gotta put something in the middle, something in the end. Go ahead and put it in the chat if you got time. I know you might be watching at the slave. 4, 3, 2. All right, no sweat. I tried to get a little at-home participation, but it's all good. So we're gonna do what we always do. We're gonna put something in the middle, what in the middle, and something at the end because it's plural. What in the middle, yum at the end for plural. Finish the word right here. Shamar. So it's shawamarium. They watch. They are watching. They are watching. Already. So we're gonna get this real quick. In the Hebrew, no, I don't want to confuse everybody too much. Plus, we really only got about 20 minutes. And I want to go over the chart. The chart as I'm. Well, this ain't gonna take no time, man. We do this, man. This is for our culture. So we start at this side, right? We write ham at this side. Let's get it. We got our ha, our ma, right? Bam. Connector. There we go. Shawamar. Sha, wa, ma, ra. Sha, wa, ra. It's like shawamar. We gotta connect those. Shawamar. Bam. Got shawamar. Ha, bayaf. Got our ha. Ba, Ya, Sa, and then Saparium. Sa, Pa, Ra, Ya, and Ma. So Ha, Bayas, Saparium. And real quick, how we did that, right? That's that in the Hebrew, man. Ham, Shawamar, Ha, Bayas, Saparium. They are watching the school. Remember, we went in the red, we're going from right to left in the red. Everything else is English. Most High in Christ. I would do the Assyrian, but I want to give us that much more time. I want to make sure we have a look. This right here, what I'm about to do, is really the meat of the lesson. What I just took 40 minutes of doing was kind of opening up our minds to the conjugation and how it works. Because right now, the chart that I'm about to give you is damn near like I don't like saying holy grail now that I'm in the truth, but it's your bread and butter, or it's your meat and potatoes rather. You know what I'm saying? Bread and butter works too. It's your bread and butter of conjugation, man. It's your main food source. All you need. And it's gonna be lengthy, but don't worry, we're gonna work it through. We gotta take our time with it too. If we gotta go about 5 minutes overboard, it's all good. I know it might be some people thinking like, man, it's World War III cracking off. You know what I'm saying? How is y'all about to come back? Why are we trying to learn a new language? We need to pick up what we got. You know, so we need to leave, try to prepare ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Gather together what we got. You know what I'm saying? Tangibly, physically, and mentally, and come back to the laws and just prepare for Christ's return. You don't need to be learning about no conjugation of verbs. But the truth is, it's not that time yet. When Commander General YAHANNA gives the order, then we'll stop teaching. But right now, we are still doing the work of the Lord. When Commander General YAHANNA finds out from the Most High that it's time to stop classes, stop worrying about Hebrew and whatnot. It's time to gird your loins and go to war. And we become hunters rather than fishers. Then that'll be the time. It's a season. It's a time and season for everything, right? And right now, the time and the season is still for fishing. All right. So the first thing we're going to do is write Shamar. Well, no, we did the last thing. The first thing we're going to do is going to be at the very top. So we're going to write all of our pronouns. All of the pronouns on this side. So we got I, right? I do things. We got you. You do things. I is first person, right? You is second person. Then we have y'all. Y'all is still second person because it's from me to you or from me to them. But we got two different y'alls. It's just second person plural. That's all. That's all the difference is. It's still second person. But we got a y'all masculine and then we got a y'all feminine. Be mindful of that. Two different y'alls. But then we got we. We don't need to worry about we masculine and we feminine. It's only we. We is back first person, but it's first person plural. Then we go into the third person, right? With he is already masculine, so we don't got to write the M. Then she is third person, already masculine, so we don't got to write the F. He and she, third person singular. Then we go into the third person plural. They, third person masculine, they masculine, and they feminine. All right? So I is Anya. That's how you say I in Hebrew. Anya. You, Atha. We went over that one. Atha. Y'all, masculine, Atham. Yahabah Shem Yahawashai Barak Atham. You all. Y'all feminine. Athan. Similar to Atham, but with an N instead of an M. Athan. Yahweh Shamar Alathan. Hashem Yahawashai. Feminine. Then we got we, Anak Noah. We went over that one too. Anak Noah. He, Hawa'a. She, Haya'a. He and she are similar. You know what I'm saying? It's third person and very similar. Hawa'a, or change that wa to a ya. Hawa'a or Haya'a. Already. And then they. Masculine is Ham, and feminine they is Han. Han. Just like with a thumb and a son, you have Ham and Han. All right. There we have it. That's your pronoun, man. Gotta remember those. Let's get into it. All right. So we got past, present, and future. You already see where we're going. I'm going to give you all of the possible conjugation possibilities for the word shamar. So for the word shamar, you're about to get all of the conjugation possibilities. Shamar is the verb. Now you're about to get all of the conjugations. Let's go over it. So we're gonna start and let's start in the past. Let's just go down the board the way we're supposed to go. So the past, right? We gotta make sure what were we saying earlier? Something that's gonna go at the end of the word. So we're gonna write shamar. Something goes at the end, right? This is for I. So I watched. It's gonna be shamar thaya. Shamar thaya. I watched. You watched. Shamar. Shamar tha. That's how you watched. At the end, right? Y'all watched. Shamar. You don't have to worry about pluralization unless it's present tense. So we're just gonna put, and I'm not gonna say that because we had to worry about it when we did Inoculum, when we did this one. So we just don't have to worry about pluralization in this particular one. But y'all pluralize some, y'all, you all past tense, they watch, you all watched before. Shamar some. Shamar thumb. So you can already guess what you all feminine is about to be, right? Shamar son. Shamar son. Then we did this one. We Shamar Shamar Nawah. Now this is where I was talking about tricky. It's the only instance like this. But for past tense, he and she, you just leave it alone for he and she. Shamar. Shamar. So he watched Hawa'a Shamar. That's how you say it. You don't have one. Back to third person. I mean back to a plural. Third person plural. Shamar wa. Shamar wa right here. And then finally, third person plural feminine. Shamar na. Shamar na. So that's all your possibilities with past. You see, it's just something at the end. Now let's do present. Present, we're gonna be able to run through real quick because I already gave you the rules before. So this is so we can just go through this like this. All right. So we put in the wa in the middle of all of them. Shawamar is gonna be what you're saying for present tense watching. It's always gonna be a wa. We're always gonna say shawamar, but you might say shawamar, or you might say shawamariyam. So you, I is one person, right? Singular. Shawamar. You, Atha. one person, right? I'm just talking to you. I'm not talking to you all. I'm talking to you. One person, singular. Shawamar. Y'all. Y'all, plural. I'm talking to all y'all. That's Shawamar Yum. We got to put that yum at the end because it's plural. Same with y'all feminine. Shawamar Yum. And we. Just go ahead and get them all there. Shawamar Yum. Shawamar Yum. Shawamar Yum. I'm saying y'all masculine, y'all feminine, or we. The we is plural too, right? It's not only me, but it's whoever's with me. Multiple people, not singular, plural. So we, Shawamar Yum, we are watching. Y'all are watching. Y'all are watching. Shawamar Yum. So back to he and she, right? That's one person. He is one person. Shawamar. She is one person. Shawamar. And let me just give you a instance of another verb other than shamar, real quick, just for your mind. Ahab. Ahab means to love. So if you're saying he's currently loving, I'm not trying to be freaky or nothing like that. I'm trying to teach Lashawan Qadash. He is loving would be a Hawa, he, awahab, and then the wa, then the rest of the verb, hab. So ahab turns to awahab. But if y'all are loving, currently loving, it would be awahab yum. But we use shamar, so it's shawamar yum. That's just a little bit of so we don't feel locked in right quick. So this is just one verb. But again, just to finish this one off, they Shawamar Yum, right? Shawamar Yum. Masculine and feminine. Shawamar Yum. Ooh, I messed up right there. All right. So you see we got something in the middle and all those, sometimes something at the end. Now we're about to go to the future, and we should always have something in the beginning, right? Past at the end, present in the middle, future at the beginning. So let's do future real quick. Since it's something at the beginning, always, let's just go over what we're gonna put. So it's Ashamar. I'm gonna keep writing it out. I'm gonna take my time so everybody gets understanding. Ashamar. I will watch. You got Shamar. I will watch. For you, you will watch. It's the Shamar. We went over that one, right? Y'all will watch, masculine. We got the. You know what I'm saying? The Shamar, but something at the end too. You're gonna get it. The Shamar wa. Remember, just like down here, was masculine. And we're gonna have na for feminine. The in the beginning with that one too. So the Shamar na for feminine, the Shamar wa for masculine. And that's for y'all. Y'all will watch. We Nushamar. And then she, he. Okay, that's the last tricky thing right here. So for let me write Shamar. We on he and she right now. So we know he is Yeshamar, right? We went over that. Yeshamar, like that priest in I believe North Texas. Yeshamar, that's he. But she is Thushamar also. So you're using the same conjugated verb for she as you will with you. Thushamar. That is correct. So Thushamar is used twice. I'm gonna stop right there. If I'm talking to you, you will watch, whether you're a male or female. I'm gonna say a th. So a Thushamar or she. She will watch. I'm gonna say Thushamar. I can't give you a breakdown on why that is. Salakia for not having that breakdown, but I know that's what it is. Because Yashamar is he. That's the masculine version of putting in singular future tense of the verb for third person. He's masculine third person future tense is Yashamar. Masculine one person. I mean feminine one person future tense is Thushamar. And then finally we're gonna go back with they and they is ya and the all over again, just like he and she, but we just got something at the end now too. We got once again what at the end and na at the end. All right, so we have it, man. I'm gonna step aside, let that marinate for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? You can pause for the cause or be kind to rewind, but get this for your notes. This is all of the conjugations of the word shamar, the verb. We went over verb conjugations today. Let's see how we did with time. He damn near right on time. Most High in Christ. See? Told you I was a prophet. The Lord wanted this to be taught in its whole and in its entirety. Alrighty, man. I'm gonna close up shop. Close class. I mean, Salakia. With that, I'm get courtesy salute to the brothers, the Akim, Yahweh Shem Yahshua Barakatah. To the sisters, Shalom, Yahweh Shamar, Alathan, by Shem Yahweh Shah. Shalom.